Okay. All right. I think I'm ready now. I was playing around a little bit. Playing around a little bit. So let's go. Let's share my screen and get right into this. Okay. All right. So what I wanted to do was go to this Vibe article. There's a troubling amount of black teens missing in the UK. This is courtesy of the Vibe and the author Desiree Thompson, and her handle on Twitter is Desiree Renee. Okay, so you can read her articles and how she's thinking, how she views the world. These were four of the kids, but I really wanted to like go over this article a little quickly. Okay, so according to Enfield's government site, roughly 18.49% of black people make up the town's population of 331,395. Residents of the area have taken to social media to question the little details or media attention around the missing teens. A representative of the Enfield police stated joint and single investigations have been launched by the Missing Persons Unit to find out more information. This is from the police, the Enfield Police Department. And basically, he said, we understand how upsetting it is that these young children are missing. And our missing persons unit is conducting a separate and full investigation into each child, whilst according also addressing the possibility that they could be missing together. And that's where I got off at. The rest is basically just saying how they plan to use social media as a way to bring awareness to the situation. But the fact that he pointed out, oh, that they could be missing together, that upset me, pissed me off. I said, right away they want to always make black teens like they ran away from home. Like home is just so tragic for black people. For all black teens, home is tragic, and the first thing they have to do is run away. They don't look at our situations as situations needing vital attention in that moment. And that just pissed me off. So what I'm going to do, in the UK, what I'm going to do is go through each child that they have here individually or whatever. So starting with the young man right here, he looks like he's in church or maybe in school, about to address, giving a speech or something. His name is Timothy Adoye. He's 14, and excuse me if I don't pronounce, the African names correctly. I'm a New Yorker, and we talk a certain way. Okay, so he's 14, and he's from the Enfield area. He's been missing since November 24th, 2017. Okay, next young man, very young, 12 years old. His name is Daniel OC. I'm not going to even disrespect the last name. He's a 12-year-old young boy, and he's missing. That's what matters. He's they don't have how long he's been missing, but he's missing. um Here, another young man. They're all young. Dante Douglas. He's 14 years old, missing from the Enfield area. He went missing July 11th, 2017. Very young. Another young man, Jaden Hall, 15 years old, missing since November 13th, 2017. And then we have a young man down here, Jamal, Daly Bonner. Excuse me, it's weather in New York is crazy. I got a little cold, so excuse me. But yeah, Mr. Jamal Daly Bonner. He was missing since December 11th. Or if November 12th. I'm not sure because the dates were a little bit different. But yeah. So another young man. He's how old is he? About 14, 15. So I wanted to do this because I noticed on the UK, several platforms on the UK where messages and, what's going on with people, melanated or black people or indigenous people, whichever umbrella you want to stand under. um they're getting silenced, and that's very disturbing to me because we are just starting to hear the commonalities of what's going on, in the US with black people. And now they're being silenced because they don't want them to share their stories with us. So if you are from the United Kingdom and you're on YouTube, you have a YouTube channel, you need to pump out as much information on the injustices that's going on over there, before they start shutting us down. Because, with net neutrality into play, we're still fighting, but we don't know if we're going to win or not. We don't know how many senators we have on our side. So we don't know how life is going to get for us on the internet as well. But while things are still thriving and booming right now, if you're in the United Kingdom, please share that information, on YouTube or on Twitter. Keep it going. We find so many ways to find, to state who's the better black properly. And I went to this school and we're better than this and this. We spend too much time on that bullshit. When we need to be focusing on the real things that's going on. This is life. This is what's going on. Kids are missing. These are young teens, and human trafficking is so huge for so many different reasons. I found this little map, and I just wanted to go over, in case you really understand why these traffickers do what they do. Let's go over this map right quick. Look, cornea, 30,000. Heart, 130 to 160,000. Kidney, 62,000. Pancreas, 98 to 130,000. Liver, 150,000. Lung, 150 to 170,000. Okay, so this is why they do what they do. They have no regards for your child, and you want a good life for your child, and you want to see them get older and get married. They don't care about none of that. This is what they care about. I find it, fascinating that for so much health awareness and so many people frowning upon people who smoke and people who drink and do things, why are so many people in need of organs with all this health kick boom going on? Our sacrifices going on. It makes you, I'm not a big conspiracy type of person. I just look at what's factual, and I go off of that. But some of this conspiracy stuff may be true when it comes to some of this sacrificing, because who needs all these kidneys? It's constant. You're talking about a business that's human trafficking is a $385 billion business combined yearly. And the fact that kids keep going missing, that means profits are going up. Profits are looking up. Okay. They did a documentary a while ago. Rest in peace, Dick Gregory, Dr. Umar. I think it was Tariq Nasheed, and I think it was somebody else. I'm not really sure, but I wanted to point out Dr. Umar made a very good point, and I'm a New Yorker, so he basically stated how in New York City the same amount. At the time I think he said it was 30,000. I think it's about 35,000 now. 35,000 people every year go missing from New York City every year. So if you look at it, it's almost like if you ran a restaurant and you put an order in for, let's say, bottles of ketchup. Say your business needs in a month, you go through 60 bottles of ketchup. So every month you put in that order for that 60 bottles of ketchup. And that's what it seems like to me, that somebody's putting in an order for about 35,000 New Yorkers every year, because that's how many of us go missing. And you can look in your town and look at the population of black people in your town and the amount that goes missing. And these are the people that, some of these kids, did, I'm not saying these kids, but some of the kids, because there's 700 in total. 700 people have gone, missing. They also have a big drug trafficking trade going there, where they snatch up some of the kids and use them as mules. But come on, you gonna run into, they gotta go from here to there. Somebody gonna see them somewhere. So I think it's way more sinister. I think it's organ harvesting, sex trafficking, and domesticated labor, because Europe sells um children and people into the UK. They sell domestic laborers into the UK. All right. So we don't know if unfortunately some of these kids might be going, to Europe. That's something to consider, because that's what they do in these countries when they traffic people. They swap with each other. Like this is Pakistan, and this is Bolivia, and Bolivia will send people over there, and they'll send people, so these people can't get back home. Out of your geography, you don't know the geography, you don't know people here, you don't have family, you lost. So you subject to stay here and be my slave. So in the UK, I know I have a few people who watch me in the UK. If you are watching this, or you get to watch this video, and give me information, like give me information, because we know, I'm aware that they are shutting you guys down, you guys who are doing activism and making it known what's going on to the black people and oh Lord, in the United Kingdom. They are shutting you down on different social media sites. So while, before they shut us down, because we know net neutrality went through, we are still fighting and signing petitions. If you haven't signed a petition, you need to get on it. Okay, because it's not a joke. We always the last ones to the table. But for the people in the UK, pump the information out on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, make videos about it, so people can be sharing this all over the country and different places, so that everybody knows what's going on. Because that's what you have to do. Because these lives matter. Our youth lives matter. I'm very concerned about, youths missing, because they're missing right here. Right here in my own borough, we have girls missing. Been missing since last year. Nobody's talking about them no more. They did like one little news briefing on them, and you don't hear nothing no more. So we have to keep the conversation going. I do this because I care. Would I like to get a nice fat YouTube check? Of course, who don't want to get a check? But I'm not doing this to be popular, or, I'm not the only person talking about human trafficking, and there should be way more people talking about it. A lot of times we get on here, we use our platforms for pure nonsense. I tell you, no lie. That's what we like to do. But, like I said, for the UK, please share the information, because there are those of us who really do care about, black people, melanated people as a whole. And we just want, you to be safe. We want all of our children to be safe. I don't want to know that my brothers and sisters are out there being murdered and killed and, in traffic. I don't want to know no race is going through that, period. It's not to be racist, but, when it comes to us, a lot of people don't care about what happens to us, even some of our own. Only thing we care about is the dollar bill, baby. That's it. Give me that money. Let's go. Sit, mop. That's all we care about. But, I'm not one of those individuals. I really care about humanity, and I want to see some change, and I hope you do as well. Okay, so that was my little brief, and I'm going to go and try to drink a gallon of tea and get all this cold out of me or whatever. So I'll talk to y'all later. Enjoy yourselves. Be safe and stick together on issues that matter.